Hello fanatics. Friday, August 2nd. Second whip and chat. Today I am using my Craftmates spare drill pen. You know, with all of the drills encased in a pen. I thought it was really fitting. So all the leftover drills, they're not my leftover drills, but yeah, it's super cute. I'm still using my banana smoothie potty from yesterday, and my catted is all going to house all my 939s. So we are on section 2 because it's the second day. Although I did work out, I don't know if you can hear my dog huffing and puffing. He's just sitting there staring at me again. So, yeah, I worked out that I'm going to have to do more than one section a day because we have 31 days and more than 31 sections. So what I might do is kind of do a couple of sections but speed it up so I look like I'm a super fast diamond painter and just chat. Right, because, you know, why not? But you're diamond painting anyway, so you're not really watching me. And, yeah. August 2nd. Second whip and chat. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going to get this painting done in the month of August. So that's super good. Wow, we've got a lot going on, haven't we? Yeah, I'm super excited. Thank you. Now he's laid down, huffing and puffing. Thank you to all of you joining in. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying your Fanatic canvases from the store. Okay, I'll be right back. I think he's done needing attention now. Don't bet on that, but for now at least. Yeah, we have a lot going on. So we now do cross-stitch kits in the store. And a big thank you to the lady who commented, again, I'm assuming, saying how lovely it is to actually see licensed artwork in cross-stitch kits. You're very welcome. Yeah, I was just looking at branching out, and I thought cross-stitch is ideal because diamond painting is very closely linked to cross-stitch. So, natural transition, kind of, but I have sold some, so yay, and thank you for that. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going to give it a go myself. I'm not a cross-stitcher by any means, but I'm going to give it a go. And now we have Paint Art by Chart kits, aka Paint by Numbers, but I call it Paint Art by Chart because that's what it is. They have now been released as well, and I'm super excited. They arrived, and I gave it a go. Of course, it was Finding Strength that I went with because I'm just keeping them all the same just to show. I've done the diamond painting, so it makes sense to do the cross-stitch kit in that and the Paint by Numbers in that. But also I have new releases in the Paint by Numbers, but I can't do that just yet because I'm waiting for the other stuff to come in. Yeah, we're very busy over here. Very busy indeed, and we are branching out and reaching lots of other crafts. Whether you fancy giving it a go yourself with the Paint Art by Chart or cross stitch, or bring in those people to the store as well. I'm super excited. It's something I was toying with for a while, and I tested the suppliers out as I did with the diamond paintings. You know, I tested suppliers behind the scenes before committing to them. So I done the same with the cross stitch and the paint art by chart. There we go. Paint art by chart. But yeah, still working on the seer. Diamond painting, of course. Diamond painting is always going to be my number one. It's always going to be my number one. I'm a diamond painter. A very proud diamond painter, but I love my diamond paintings. And I have far more stash in diamond paintings than I do cross-stitch kits or paint art by chart. So yes, we're branching out. There is more to come. I still have more things incoming, but they are incoming. And I think there's one more thing that I thought of that we could do. So they are also coming. Yeah. So what are we going to do today? What are we going to chat about today? I thought we could do a kind of get to know me kind of thing. I found some questions, just generic questions, and I thought we could go through those. Feel free to answer them in the comment section as well. But I can't just sit here and waffle on. There's only so much waffle that I can do at any given time, I guess. So, what is your favourite way to spend a weekend? Now, my typical weekend involves me sitting at the dining room table and my kids sitting in the front room, because I can see the TV from my dining room table. It's all open plan there. And they play games. It could be any game. And I sit and I diamond paint while they play the game, basically. And right now they're doing Baldur's Gate again. I like Baldur's Gate, don't get me wrong, but we've done it, you know. But now he's doing it with evil twists in it. You know, he was the nice guy before, and it was all very sweet and nice. And now he's going around killing little communities and people in his little gang. He's killing them all off, and it's not so much fun. But that's what we do generally. They play games, and I sit and diamond paint at the dining room table. At my dining room table right now, I am working on my Diamond Art Club mystery kit from Selena Fennick. I know it's a unicorn. You can see it's a unicorn. But there's lots of purples in there. I love purple. So that's what I'm working on over the weekends. And obviously I pull this one out to do my whipping chats and my August event. It's another whip that I'm hoping to whittle down to one less. Not sure how many whips I have on the go, actually. I'm not actually sure. So that's how we typically spend our weekend. My favourite way would be on my own, with a weekend of true crime, or Chicago Fire is my downfall right now. I'm binging that. But true crime, yeah, documentaries or anything like that would be my ideal way. But there you go. Do you enjoy what you do for a living? Yes, I do. I absolutely love what I do for a living. We have Fanatic Creations, basically. Diamond paintings, cross stitch, and paint art by chart, and something else incoming. I love it. I love what I do. I love packing them up and shipping them out. And I love your reactions because you love receiving them, and they're all wrapped up like a birthday gift or a Christmas gift. Some of you don't like ripping them open, but that's the fun of it. That's the fun of it. Yeah, you don't have to feel bad. That's part of the fun, ripping them open, and getting the gorgeous contents inside. It's all part of it, so don't feel bad. It's awesome. It brings me joy. But I do love my job, and I love that I can go in headquarters, or shed quarters as Reese calls it now. But I go in there and I wrap up all your stuff and get it all shipped out. I love doing what I do. And when the delivery men come to pick them all up, I'm super happy and love it. It brings me joy. The teasing, the sneak peeks and the teasing that I do, it's all part of the fun. So I absolutely love it. And I am hoping to hone down weekly releases, and I have other things lined up for that as well. I love my job. Yes I do. Simple answer. Are you a morning person or a night owl? I am most definitely a night owl. I love my evenings and my late nights because the kids are in bed. Typically Carl is still at work, but Reese is on summer holidays. But when they're in bed, I can sit and diamond paint. I can put whatever I want on my TV, whether it be my wrestling or Chicago Fire, true crime, or films. I do like watching a film every now and then. So one that I haven't seen, unlike Reese, who likes to repeat films that he's seen. Yeah. So most definitely a night owl. What is your dream job? I'm doing it. End of. Never thought it would be my job. When it first started, it was more of a hobby, really. You could kind of class it as a hobby. But just the way that it's growing and expanding, it is now a job. But yeah, that I'm living my dream job. I don't want to be a policeman or a fireman or anything like that. I'm quite happy doing what I do. It is my absolute dream job. Diamond paintings. Need I say more? I obviously named my channel. I've never changed the name. So right from the get-go, I was Diamond Painting Fanatics because I am fanatical about diamond painting. Everything about it. I am super obsessed with it. I'm very OCD when it comes to my diamond paintings, and kitting up and everything else. So, yeah. My dream job. Do you have any pets? You can hear him, right? Huffing and puffing. I do have a Westie. That is Henry. I also have a part-time pet. And it's a squirrel that comes across every morning. He runs across the fence. And now he's helping himself to the bird food that is in my garden. I'll insert a little clip here of... I need a name for him. I'm tempted to go with Cyril. I don't know if it's a male or female, obviously, but yeah, he enjoys munching on the bird food that I put out. You're back again? What's the matter? Do you want to go out? Is that what? No, you're running off now. See? Like, what do you want from me then? Oh my gosh. What is your favourite pets. Let's talk about pets for a second, because I was moving into this house. Now, this is why I think I'm ADHD. One, I'm all over the place, generally speaking. You know, I can be flicking between jobs or even housework. You know, I'll start hoovering, then I'll go and do the dishes, and then I get distracted because, you know, the bin's full. So I take the bin out, and then as I'm tying it to put it away, I get distracted with a pan that's out of place. And do you know what I mean? I'm that kind of person. But I also get very obsessive about different things. And I was in my old house. I'd got this house, so we were, packing up and everything. And I really, really thought for a hot minute, like more than a hot minute, but I really, really wanted, I've forgotten what you call them. A parakeet, a talking bird. I was going to train it and everything, and then I thought better of it. I thought better of it, and I thought no, I really did want one of those talking birds. I think budgies talk as well, but you kind of have to train them, and I thought no, let's not do that. I think the noise generally would drive me crazy. But I thought about it. I did think about it, but I didn't do it. I decided against it, and just as well, really, with all the videos that I do and the true crime that I do, the last thing you need is that in the background. But I know, I might. What is your favourite type of cuisine? As in favourite meal, has to be pasta. Whether that be, spaghetti bolognese is one of my favourites. Then we have creamy bacon and pea, linguine, that kind of thing. I love pasta. I can't eat it all the time because it's quite fattening, I think. Pasta after pasta after pasta, but it is very filling, and I am partial to a bit of pasta. Oh, what's a murder, especially with garlic bread. Yeah, that's my favourite. Pizza, not so much. If the kids want takeout, they usually get a pizza, and yeah, I don't know. He's back again. No, I've made a fuss. You can go away now, Henry. Do you have any siblings? I have one younger brother. He's 3 years younger than me. But yeah, I have one brother, which I don't often talk about because, he didn't sign up for the YouTube life. He's married and he was in the army. But yeah, one brother. That's it. What kind of music do you enjoy? Music. Now then, you see, my tastes vary from all over the place. I can listen to pretty much anything. The music in the car is usually the radio, and they play the same old songs, to be honest. But yeah, I like a good I cannot sing for love nor money. cannot sing at all. Tone deaf, but I do like to sing along to the radio, stuff like that. My kids hate it. I don't know what's the matter with you, Henry. I really don't. How do you stay active and healthy? I don't. It's the long and short of it. I walk to the shop. I don't drive as much anymore. You know, I have to go out there every now and then, just tick the engine over, because I don't use the car very often. But I'm not an exercise freak. Kind of wish I was. But no. I walk around a lot, but other than that, I don't really stay active. I do watch what I eat. I'm not, I don't binge on crisps and stuff like that. Crisps and chocolate and stuff. I mean, I do sometimes. You get into the mood, right? Or you're watching a film or something and you're like scoffing packets of sweets and stuff. But overall, I don't eat too many treat things, you know. All right, go on, go away, go on, off you go now, move, like, no, Henry, oh my gosh, what's a skill you're proud of? A skill that I'm proud of. A skill that you're proud of. Interesting question. I don't know. A skill that you're proud of. Tying bows, there you go. I can tie bows because I do that on the parcels now. But yeah. It's not really a skill, is it? I don't know, we're going to have to come back to that one. I'm going to ask my kids, see what they say. A skill that I'm proud of. Okay, I think I have one, and I shouldn't really, but I think this is going to take a complete turn. Recognising people that are not good for your mental health and getting rid of them. I think that is a skill in itself, and yeah. I grew up in a very abusive situation, and that came to an end. And then moving in here, I've weeded out people that were not good for my mental health, and I think I've done that successfully. Not completely successfully, some people bite back, so to speak, but let them. I still walked away with my head held high, and I think that takes a skill. Sometimes it doesn't all come to blows, if you know what I mean. You just interact a bit less, or sidestep them, and I think that's a skill. Not quite where we were going with the light-hearted stuff, but nonetheless, I do believe it is a skill. Do you enjoy spending time outdoors? Yes, I do. You have people who love the beach. They're a beach person. They can spend hours on the beach. I'm not that person. I like the beach, don't get me wrong, but I more walk along the prom and go, oh, aren't them waves pretty? I'm one of those. I can't sit on the beach for hours on end doing nothing. I'm a forest girl. I love the forest. I love walking in the forest. I'm just at home with the trees. Like, plonk me in the middle of a forest any day. That's where I'm my happiest. Okay? That is where I am the happiest. And the next question is, what's your idea of a perfect vacation? Now then, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but I used to go to Sandringham, and I found that place a couple of years ago, and we went every year except last year, and we've been a few times. And you have a safari tent, they call it, but it's ready camp, and it's a great big tent. You have beds, there's a kettle, there's a cooker, there's a table and chairs, and then you have these like little deck chair type things that you can put on the veranda, a massive veranda. I've got a photo in my phone somewhere, I'll pop it up here, but I loved it. And again, it was in the middle of the forest, and there was a dog walk. It was just awesome. I loved it. It was really somewhere where I could just be. You know, I'm like already getting relaxed thinking about it. But you could just be at one with nature, and it was awesome. And I went for a week every August. Yeah. But they don't do them tents anymore. It's fine if you want to go proper camping, where you take your own tent and sleep on a camp bed or an air bed. I don't want to do that. I'm 45. I'm not old, but I'm too old for that. Reese would love it. You can still have electric and take your kettles and stuff, but oh my gosh, no. So we're going to find somewhere to go. I'm going to go August, because obviously I'm going to see my wrestling show, which I'm super excited for. But I'm going to find somewhere to go in October, half term. So, you know, we can take Reese away. Carl won't want to come. I know that. Don't need to ask. And we're just going to go somewhere. Whether it be a travel lodge or a Premier Inn, just book time out for a week. And, you know, take time out for me again, because I do work non-stop at home. You know, whether I'm working a kit for release, or going live, or packing orders, it's non-stop, or working on the website and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, love all of that, but sometimes you just need a week off. Do you have any favourite TV shows or movies? Right now it's Chicago Fire. I love Supernatural. I think that is awesome. Movies. My favourite movies. I watched it the other day, actually. For the first time in a long time, I watched Gladiator. I used to love that film, and I watched it all the time. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I loved that film, and I watched it non-stop, you know, like all the time. And I hadn't seen it for so long. I put it on the other day. Reese didn't like it much. It's a bit... So, yeah. Gladiator is one of my favourites. And The Notebook. I think The Notebook is awesome. So sad, but awesome. And, you know, isn't that hashtag relationship goals, really, apart from the dementia part? But you get my point. But yeah, they're my two favourite movies. TV shows, they come and go. I love Supernatural. I know Leanne's rewatching it again. It's kind of making me want to. But I'm in the middle of Chicago Fire. I might move on to Chicago Med and Chicago PD because they're all interlinked. And you see the characters from one pop into the other one. And I quite like that. So I might do that next. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, something will pop up and I'll think, oh, I'm going to watch that. I have seen Chicago Fire before, but I can't remember where I got up to, so that's why I'm rewatching it. What do you wish you had more time to do? Diamond painting. No, just kidding. I do a lot of that. What do I wish I had more time to do? More time to do. That's an interesting one, because obviously I spend time doing the business. I spend time doing my hobbies. I don't want any more time doing housework. That's not fun, but I do it. I spend a lot of time with the kids, even though I say kids, they're 21 and 15. I mean, where's that time gone? It's really quite sad. But yeah, I spend loads of time with them. Me and Reese cook together, and you know, we'd sit and play games or watch films. I think I do okay with them, like time wise. So I'm not really sure where I could more time for what. I think I spend adequate amounts of time everywhere where it matters, you know? I don't know. What is a cause you feel strongly about? Interesting, because there's one cause that I'm extremely passionate about, and that is CARA. That is a centre for rape and abuse, and it's where I had my therapy. It had to be specialised, obviously, because it was rape and abuse, and it was historic childhood abuse right up until, yeah, it was years and years and years. So they hold a very special place in my heart because of the work they do. And yeah, I do donate to them quite regularly, because they put that money into helping victims of abuse. And that is what I'm very passionate about, because so many people suffer it could be a one-time thing, and it doesn't make it any less traumatic. I'm not comparing them, but it could be a one-time thing, or it could be historic, or ongoing, and they just step up. Their therapists are amazing. Nikki helped me in ways I never thought possible, and yeah, that is one cause I'm very passionate about, and you know, if we could have more time, it would be helping them in any way I could, I guess, you know. How do you like to stay updated on current events? I don't watch the news. I I don't know what's going on in the world, and nor do I really. I mean, I should know. It's not that I don't know. I mean, I'm quite happy in my own little world, but I honestly don't know what's happening in the world. Obviously, I like to join in with lives where I can, or listen to whip and chats, them kind of current events. But I'm quite happy in my own little bubble, and I guess if there's anything significant that we need to know, it will pop up, But yeah, I'm not. I don't watch the news I don't watch any TV, to be honest. It's Netflix, Amazon Prime, and ITVX that I always watch. We don't have TV like we used to growing up before all of that happened. So I just live in the world of apps, and I'm quite happy doing that. What's something you love learning about? Other people. I do love learning about other people. I also love learning, like when I come on the lives on a Monday, and I'm like, do you like square diamond paintings, or what's your favourite containers, or what's your favourite diamond painting, all of that, learning all about that. And then you also pick up tips and tricks along the way. So for example, my newest one, Carol, my amazing friend Carol, she was talking to me she's talking to everybody, but she was talking to me on Monday Night Live, and she sent me a photo of her setup because she's working at 100 colour kit. I think that's my fridge making noise. She was showing me her setup, and it was an organiser, and I zoomed in on it because that's what I do. I zoom in looking at pens or trays or something, but I zoomed in, and she had all of the Elizabeth Ward containers set up in that. And then she said, oh, I got it on Amazon. And I'm like, wait, what? And I bought one there and then. It turned up the next day. I haven't set it up yet. But that's what I mean. Love learning things like that, because after this one, I am going to kit up Ella. I can't resist it anymore. I'm going to kit up Ella, and I'm going to use the setup that Carol kind of got me to go get. She didn't make me go get. I wanted to go get. I'm going to kit up in that. So I'm very excited for that, because, that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to set up all my little pots on this organiser. And that's what I like, learning new tips and tricks to do with diamond painting, or how you do different things. Do you start at the top? Do you start at the bottom? I worked from the bottom once, and that was on Finding Strength. I've reverted back to the top now, because I wanted to save her face till last. That was the only reason, and it's the only time I started at the bottom. But I know quite a few of you do. Quite a few of you start at the bottom. But it's whatever works, right? There's no right or wrong answer. Literally, it's a hobby, and we get a lot of joy out of it, and it brings us all together. That's something I really like. It brings us all together, and it's a hobby, and there shouldn't be any stress around it. I do enjoy diamond painting, and I'm listening to a whipping chat or a true crime story or something, and I'm just at one. You know, you're not... There's been times where it's been therapeutic, where there's no noise in the background, and you kind of have to go through the motions to come through the other side. I've done that. It's amazing. I love diamond painting, and I think this is why I love it so much. It's not... I love placing the diamonds on the canvas. I mean, I do, but it's so therapeutic and it's so relaxing, and there's just so many layers to it. And I think the fact that it's easy, you don't have to think about it too much. Obviously, you have to make sure you're putting the right drills in the right places, or the right colours in the right order, but it doesn't take much thinking about. And I think this is why it gets so addictive, because you're just making this gorgeous piece of art come to life in your own time, going through your own motions, and it's all part of it, you know? Yeah. Oh my gosh, did I waffle on way too much? Probably. I do have a funny story to share while we're at it. A couple of weeks ago, I got my cross-stitch kit, and it's been so long since I cross-stitched, and I had a quick look, didn't examine it too much because I wanted to do it on a video and kind of go through it all on that to acquaint myself with it more than anything. And then I showed the kit on my Monday Night Live, and released it, to go with any artwork in the store or custom or whatever, and it was all good. What I was going to do, I did say this, but what I was going to do is find a cross-stitcher kind of friend and say, hey, do you want to knock this up for me? You know, obviously it takes time, but do you want to do this? I wasn't going to do the actual kit because I'm not a cross-stitcher. So I got excited and I popped on Amazon because I need a hoop, right? That I do know. You need a hoop to make the stitches sit properly. So I whipped on Amazon, and then on my Monday Night Live I was like, I'm getting my hoop tomorrow and I'm going to start this kit and I'm going to sit in bed and I'm going to cross stitch. Perfect, right? Perfect. Well, the next day the Amazon box turned up and I got some other bits with it. The organiser stand. So it turned up, and what I bought was this. Okay, so I'm thinking, what's missing? Oh wait, the hoop. What I had done was buy the stand for your hoop, but I don't have the hoop. So I had to order it and it came the next day. And yeah, read the description, guys. Read the description, because when I went back it was like the stand for the hoop, and I'm like, that's where I went wrong. You know, your eyes see the whole thing. It was a bit deceiving, to be fair, but I did not read the description. I just was like, oh yeah, buy now. And I did that. And then it turned up and I got Reese to put it together because he loves doing all that stuff. If there's anything that needs building, anything... I mean, I looked at them instructions and I just went, hey Reese, here you go. Do you want to make this? And he made it within minutes. And he builds everything. There was a pen holder I bought, and I bought it for diamond painting pens, and I thought, oh, it would sit in there perfectly. Yeah, no, half of them are too fat. Their idea was for like the double-ended felt tip pens for colourers or colour inners, whatever you call them. The idea was for that, not diamond painting pens. So I gave it to him, and he's got all his felt tips in there. So he built that, because anything that needs building, I hand over to Reese. He's awesome at it. So yeah, he builds everything, and he enjoys it. I'm just like, no. So I bought a stand for the hoop, not the hoop itself. So it's deceiving on the image, but I shopped with my eyes. I looked at the image and thought, oh yeah, that'll do. Click, buy now, and no hoop. So the hoop came the next day, and I set all my cross stitch up, and I'm going to do that. What can you do, right? What can you do? Oh my gosh. The things I do, seriously. And I said to the kids, because I sat, with them, and I was like, oh my God. I wanted the hoop, but this just holds the hoop. And Carl just shook his head at me. He's used to it. I do things like that all the time. So, and then Reese turned around and said she doesn't get an Amazon package a day. There's something going wrong. And I just smiled at him and I said, well, I'm getting my hoop tomorrow, so yeah. He said, oh, another Amazon package. Yes, indeedy. Amazon make life so easy, don't they? It's like you just go in there. We're making a lot more dishes, and I didn't have a strainer for the rice. I only had like a colander, not a sieve. Amazon, next day, boom. Things like that. So, can't help it. I do like Amazon. Yes, I do. Going back to Amazon, they had Prime Day, didn't they? And I bought, this is so exciting. I bought a new Hoover and a new pan set with a great big frying pan. Yeah. That's what I bought on Prime Day. Did you buy anything on Prime Day? I think it was the 16th and 17th of July, wasn't it? I know, I'm going way back. But, we're talking about Amazon. It just reminded me of Prime Day. And I bought a new Hoover and a pan set. So, yeah. Have to buy things for the house too. And, yeah, I saved quite a few pennies. So that's what I did. And I really needed a new Hoover because I've got one of those silly ones that doesn't, you hoover and you haven't actually hoovered. That was my old Hoover. So I treated myself to a new one. Well, guys, on that note, I am going to get out of here. And yeah, I did speed it up a little bit. It was going to be an hour and 20 minutes of whip and chat, but I speeded myself up a little bit. And you have just under an hour of absolute waffle, basically. But this is how far I have come so far on this painting. Ta-da! I think that looks super cute. Okay, I will be back tomorrow with another whip and chat. On Sundays, I'm going to do my true crime. So, yeah, I'm going to, because obviously I don't want to release 2 videos back to back. So I do my true crime on Sundays. If you're into true crime, I will see you there. But on Sundays, yeah, if you're not into true crime, then that's okay. I will be live on Monday and then back to whip and chats again. We've got a whole lot going on, haven't we? It's going to be a busy month. I just can't. Yeah, I can't cram everything in. So, yeah, obviously on Mondays I'll be live and doing all the giveaways and stuff like that. So, stay tuned for all of that fun stuff. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Love, hugs and sparkles to you all. Bye.